Hey guys, what's up? This is Shivansh, and this is the very first video on my channel, The Geek Stuff. In this video, we'll see how to install VS Code in Ubuntu 18.04 and configure it to run C, C++, Python, Web Dev Tech, and also how to add code snippets or user snippets to improve your user experience in VS Code. So first of all, VS Code is an IDE provided by Microsoft and it is quite popular. So in order to install it on your local system, we can do it directly from the Ubuntu software store. Just go and search Visual Studio Code, and you will find two options here. One is Visual Studio Code and the other one is Visual Studio Code Editor Insider. So basically, Visual Studio Code Insider is the beta version, which has the latest features, but they are not stable. Whereas Visual Studio Code is more stable, so I prefer using it. To install it, just click on it, and if you haven't installed it earlier, then there would be an install button present here. Just click on it and Visual Studio Code will get installed on your local system, just like a button like this. So just click on it and Visual Studio Code will get installed. After the installation is complete, just open Visual Studio Code. So in Visual Studio Code, in order to start working on Visual Studio Code, we have to create a workspace. Workspace is basically a type of folder in which you store all your code. So let's say C++, and we will open this workspace from our editor. Okay, so let's start with any C++ code, say hello world.cpp. We will write a very simple code. Just to print hello world on in C++. So if we try to run C++, we won't find any options present here. You can surely run it from the options present here, but that is quite difficult. So we will sort it out by adding a few cool extensions. This is the extension part present in VS Code where you can add extension of your choice. So before adding the extensions, let's first open the settings in VS Code and just find out edit settings.json. Now this is the part where we can add our own settings in VS Code. So I'll do the same. I have my settings present right here. I'll mention the settings in the description link below. You have to just copy it and paste it in VS Code. So I just copied it and will paste it here. Don't forget to save it by pressing Ctrl S. Once you have saved it, it will ask you to restart your ID. Just click on restart. So now you have made the settings in VS Code, but as you can see, we have added settings for Code Runner, but we haven't installed any Code Runner thing yet. So we must install it using the extension. So type Code Runner. So you'll get an option Code Runner from June Han. So just click on it and then click on install. It will get installed quickly. That's not a big file. So once the installation process is complete, come back to your code and then you will find a button here. So this button will run our code. You just have to click on it and your code will get executed. But if we click on it right now, we'll see an error. This is the error because we haven't installed a C++ compiler yet. We have just added extension. So G++ is a GNU C++ compiler. In order to install it, you can see the hint present here. Just copy it and paste it. So your GNU C++ compiler is installed. Now you have everything set up to run your C++ code. So just click on the run code button, and as you can see, your output is shown here. So this is how we can configure VS Code to run C++ code. Now, as you know that Python is already present in a Ubuntu system when it gets installed. So you don't have to add anything extra for Python. So you can just make a Python file like hello.py, and you can write print hello Python and run it from the same place. So you can see hello Python is printed here. So you can see now you can run both your C++ and Python code. In order to run your web dev code, you can add an extra extension called live server. So live server from Ritwik Day. Just click on install and your live server will get live server extension will get installed. Now, once the installation is complete, come back to your workspace and make an HTML file, say hello.html. Now, I'll make a very simple HTML file just to demonstrate that we are able to run our web development project. So I'll just use an h1 tag, hello HTML. In order to run this code directly on your web, just restart it once. Now you can see we have an option go live here. So as soon as you have completed your HTML file, you can click on go live, and the your code will directly run on your browser, and you can see the output on your browser. So this is how you can run your HTML or web development project on VS Code. So basically, we have set up our VS Code for to run C++, Python, and HTML. So now we'll see how we can make the VS Code more user friendly, or how we can add our own code snippets in it. So to do so, you can go to File, Preferences, and User Snippets. Now you can add snippets to the language of your choice. So I'll add a code snippet in C++. This is the description of how we can add a code snippet. You can read it, or you can read it to how to add your own code snippet. So I have my code snippet already present. So I'll just copy paste it uh, right here. So as you can, oh, you have to have curly braces above them. So as you can see, I have made two snippets. The name of the first snippet is shi at the rate 7. And whenever I type this on my ID, it will get replaced by this code. So this is this code snippet I have written. The other code snippet is test case on, and when I will write test case on my ID in C++, so my test case will get replaced by this code snippet. So let test it. So I'll make a C++ file, say test.cpp, and here I will write shi, and as you can see, you can find shi at the rate 7 user snippet option. Just click on it and your code snippet is here. So this is how you can add a code snippet in VS Code. This is super cool because this by this a lot of we can save a lot of time while doing competitive coding programs. So just to check the other code snippet, just write test and then click enter, and you have the other code snippet present as well. So this is all. This is the way you can configure your VS Code to run the languages of your choice, and you can add snippets to your language as well. So this is all I have today. And if you like the content, do like and subscribe. I will be coming up with videos related to Linux, Git, and web dev